But they were trying to bleed us white to make sure that, all of our money was being spent on litigation and that we couldn't get our message out. So I had to spend
That's
about
insane.
$15 million on litigation. And for us, that's huge because they also wrote the rules that say that they can get, each donor can give them $750,000, maximum contribution. Each donor can only give me $6,600. So I had to, they were raising billions and we were raising, we raised a huge amount of money. We raised between my campaign and the super PAC, we probably raised about $150 million. We had to do it in $6,600 increments, and they were doing it in $750,000 increments. So more than 10 times per donor what we could get. Then they didn't give me Secret Service, and that was costing me almost $1 million a month to do my, pay for my own security, because you got to buy them airplane tickets, you got to put them in the hotels, and I was traveling every day. And so they were weaponizing the institutions of government and their control of the system to do everything they could to make sure that I couldn't get on the ballot. And by the end, so that was part of the reason. And then the other reason that President Trump, I don't want to dominate this conversation because I know you guys are really entertaining.
No, go ahead.
We came to listen. We came to listen to you.
But what happened was, it became clear to me that if I stayed in the race, that I was going to get Kamala Harris elected, because about 57 to 60% of my voters, if I dropped out, were going to vote for Trump. So I was taking away Trump voters, and in the battleground states, I was taking, I was getting, depending on what time it was, but between 5% and 20%. But even if I only got 3%, I would flip the election because the margins in those states are, 1%.
Is that unprecedented as an independent?
Yeah,
like your numbers are what you were getting?
What was unprecedented is if you put all the polls that put me in a head-to-head race with either candidate, with just me against them, I beat Biden 39 states to 11. So if it was just me against Biden, I would run the table. And when I ran against Trump, I beat him by 14 points. If it was just me against Trump, so that's never happened before. But when we ran three of us, my support went down to double digits or single digits, because people were voting out of fear. They were saying, oh, if I vote for Kennedy, then, Trump's going to get elected. And if I vote for Kennedy, Biden's going to get elected, and it's going to be the end of the republic. But I was still getting enough votes that I was going to change the election results, and I was going to get Kamala Harris. And I have a lot of fear about Kamala Harris being in the White House.